Hello. So I really wanted to make a video about this subject, and just recently I purchased a group of peace dollars online, and the pictures on the listings looked really good. It wasn't really evident from the pictures that the coins had been improperly cleaned. It had to do with the technique that was used to take those pictures. It was highlighting the surface quite well, but it could not capture the colors well enough. It was a little bit overexposed. But anyways, over time I've gotten pretty good at spotting clean coins just from looking at the pictures. But even now, every now and then, it still happens that I end up buying something that's not as I expected it to be. But anyways, I thought this would be a really nice showcase to show you guys a couple example of improperly cleaned peace dollars that are not too obvious at first glance. I'm going to start with the most obvious piece at first, and here we have 1934D peace dollar. The thing that you are going to notice first is that for an uncirculated example, the luster is very subdued. It does have luster, but it is not as strong as it should be on a uncirculated example. Let me try and focus this a little bit better. Here. So, I mean, it does look decent. It has a fair good amount of luster, but if you were to compare it with a just regular plain old peace dollar, then you can immediately tell that there's a huge difference in luster. This coin has probably been dipped as well at some point, but it still looks okay. So if I were to send this in to a grading company, it would probably pass. It's not a nice enough example to do so, however. So, anyways, so there's a big difference here, especially in luster, and the surface looks extremely smooth. Let me see if I can show the color a little bit better, maybe with just this one light. The color is on the grayish side, and if you were to compare it with the regular piece, the color is much different. I don't know if you can tell well here from this video, but there is a huge difference here, and it has this matte type of look to it as well. I have a few other examples here just to compare this one certain piece. There's a 1922 which has a lot of frost and quite the nice piece. Let's check out the reverse. Same thing, you know, very subdued luster, off type of color. This one does have hairlines as well, but I'm not sure if you can see them. They're very faint. Yeah, here you can see them. Very faint. This is one of the more obvious pieces, and here is another peace dollar from that purchase that is a little bit less obvious than the first one I showcased, but same thing here. It does look very nice. It's a 1935. What mint mark is it? It's a 1935 Philadelphia mint peace dollar, and it does look pretty good. I mean, However, the coin sadly has this very unnatural type of color to it, and it's almost like a grayish silver type of color. And here you can tell the difference pretty well, I think. The difference in color is obvious. This one does not have as many hairlines as the other one. In fact, you can hardly see them, but to me the surface looks very unnatural, which is quite the shame, because it is a nice coin after all. This certain piece here, again, is one of the more obvious ones as well. This one lacks a lot of luster. You can tell. And the hairlines are way more evident in this piece. Here's another one from this group of coins. Now, the ones I'm going to show you now are the least obvious pieces in the lot, and they're a little bit harder to tell because the surface retains a lot of the original qualities that it should have. You can actually see the flow lines still present here, and the luster is pretty decent as well. However, the color still is very, very unnatural. Especially on the reverse, you can tell. I mean, this is just not how a original piece is supposed to look like. I have one more here, and they're all semi-key dates, especially in higher grades, and it's just a shame that you know, these coins have been mistreated. So what I assume happened is that whoever took care of these coins probably had a diluted solution of your just regular old jewelry polisher. Probably had the coins soak in there for a little bit, and then which resulted in removal of a top layer of the surface metal. The first ones I showed you have been rubbed as well lightly. However, those have not received too much of a rub, but because a harsh agent was used, the color has changed into this very odd type of gray. So it would be interesting to see, at least with this piece here, And this piece, if a third-party grading service would actually pass them, I probably would not, but it would be an interesting experiment. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that at this point. I just feel like sending these coins back. However, I've paid a very decent price for them, even with their imperfections. But I personally do not like problem coins. They just don't fit into my collection. And I hope that this video was helpful in showing the difference between a original coin that in this case probably has been dipped but still acceptably treated versus a clean piece that you don't want to have in your collection unless you're specifically looking for a more affordable piece to own. If you don't have the budget to invest in high grade problem free coins. So yeah, once again, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.